So we're back. I'll be jumping straight to Spain. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Spain. I was at the edge of my seat for the larger part of Saturday, and I'm looking at okay, Barcelona sold. Barcelona was frauded. They were defrauded. Sorry, they were sold Antonio Griezmann for over £100 million, right? And the same Barcelona gave Luis Suarez to Atletico Madrid for free, and saying his best days are over and all. I could resonate with Barcelona. The wage bill, they need to cut him off. Rakitic, Arturo Vidal, Luis Suarez, Otto that went to Juventus as
Juve.
well. Yeah, I'm looking at it, but from a footballer angle, right? Uh, would you have rather kept Suarez, Kachi? Would you have rather kept Suarez? It made all the difference. Scored those goals for Atletico Madrid that virtually made Atletico Madrid the champion. Doesn't make any difference if you ask me. It does not take away the prestige of Barcelona. It does not take away the way we see them, right? But it's still, I don't know, it's a pinch of salt in the mouth selling him to Atletico and getting a Griezmann that could not help them. But from I want you to see from a business angle and a sporting angle. Don't let's make it sentimental and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. He won, and business angle and sporting angle. Catch it.
From both angles, it was a completely wrong decision to make. Luis Suarez was not the player that was drilling a big hole into the pockets of Barcelona financially. I mean, the contract details of Messi's contract details leaked during the burrito or whatever they call that burofax.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we found out that guy is eating as much as $500 million over the course of 4 years or so into the coffers of Barcelona, meaning that every other player was just like a drop in the ocean compared to what Messi was doing. However, based on what he had done for them, I mean, I'm not going to deny a brother his money. If they're going to give you that amount of chickens, you take it. But financially, it was a case of ego. It was a case of, I need to show you who is boss. That was why Luis Suarez was let go. To answer your question more in context, Diego Simone was interviewed after they won their league over the weekend, and he said the single explanation or the single thing he wants to say was to say thank you to Barcelona for giving them Luis Suarez for free. So to speak, for free.
Yeah, for free.
So, on a sporting level and on a financial level, not only this year, even if it's only for 1 year, it would have been one of the best years in Messi's career if Luis Suarez remained with Barcelona. I still don't want to give a knock to Griezmann. Griezmann is a fine player in his own right. He will grow into it, but
definitely.
Griezmann was an alpha going to a team where he was no longer the alpha. And now he needed to suck up to Messi for Messi to want him. However, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the person Luis Suarez was FaceTiming when they won the league was Messi. I would not be surprised. I'm not saying this, but to go back to your question, both on a financial level,
sporting and financial level, it doesn't
on a sporting level, it made no sense letting Luis Suarez go when they did.
Okay. Olali, I'm going to come to you now. Suarez had a poor season last season, right? Last season, he had a poor season. He had the knee injury. He was out for a couple of months. He came back. He did not find his form, right? Kachi has. I agree with Kachi to an extent, right? But given the kind of poor form that Suarez came in from last season, coming to this season, do you think it was a worthwhile sacrifice right? We know these things occur. I'll give you an instance just to buttress what I'm trying to say. Post 1999 2000 season, Ferguson sold Jaap Stam to Lazio. Everybody felt it was a stupid decision, but Jaap Stam had an injury. He had a surgery on the knee, makes him use a yard of pace, on field. And given that and personal beef for his autobiography,
autobiography.
He was sent away from Manchester United unceremoniously. But from a sporting angle, Ferguson was right as well. Do you think we could compare this with what happened in Barcelona? Or I'm totally wrong?
I think this is actually a norm. Whatever we are, I think most of our reaction to Luis Suarez's performance for Atletico Madrid, I think to be sincere, is more of an afterthought. It's because we actually seen Luis Suarez performing now or perform the way he did at the just concluded season. If majority of us were probably in the shoes of Barcelona, we could have done the same. I think it's like a norm in the footballing world. Players above 30s, you see teams, they try to evaluate them on a year-to-year basis. Nobody wants to sign them into a long, what do you call it, 2 or 3 years contract. But for me, I think when you have a player of Suarez caliber, it's a special player. Suarez is a special player.
Of course,
you have to be careful the way you let them go. For it is one thing to let them go. Another thing is which team are you giving them to? Those are the things you need to bring. You have to bring into the picture. It might not be that. It might felt it's not that useful for you, but it could be useful for another team. What Suarez did this year, it might probably not replicate it next year, or even if it does next year, probably won't replicate in 2 years' time. Yeah, you understand?
But again,
two things is, where are you letting him go to? The other thing is, okay, we are letting Suarez go. Who are we bringing in? I think those are the two things Barcelona
got wrong.
They got wrong when it comes to the Suarez case. It was just like Arsenal letting Ramsey leave for free.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever it is, I don't think Arsenal has actually brought in another player since Ramsey left, and you could say, oh, this guy is actually better than Ramsey. Since then,
I used to Dani Ceballos is not as good as Ramsey.
Dani Ceballos is not a good footballer. Not a good footballer. He's in the caliber of.
I won't even think about that twice.
Anyway, just to cut you a little bit short, Olale, sorry about that because of time, of course. Real Madrid won against Villarreal. They were lucky to win, if you ask me. The reliance on I don't know why I keep making mistakes today. The reliance on Benzema is annoying. Benzema has about 24 goals this season or thereabout, if I'm not mistaken. And the next person to Benzema is Vini Jr. And Vini Jr. has 6 goals. It's appalling. Like, I don't know. Olaika, you saw the match versus Villarreal. Looks like Modric is gone. It doesn't look like a footballer worth playing for Real Madrid again. But this dependence on Benzema to get the goals, it's crazy. Probably if they had someone else, like, I don't know, someone that could deputize for Benzema, they probably would be the champions. Am I wrong, or I'm just being emotional about it, like Olale would usually say?
Yeah, Debo, I concur. I totally agree with you. When you look at the Real Madrid of this upcoming season, I mean, the over-reliance on Benzema has been almost imaginable. Coming into the season, I thought the player like Asensio was going to be gradually made to take over from Benzema, because Asensio has always shown his potentials, his goal scoring and ability. Fine, we know that there was financial limitation. That was why they couldn't bring in a war. Well, they brought in Hazard, but they could not bring in a world-class striker. In the mold of like Kane.
Yeah.
However, I expected Zidane to have used this season to gradually introduce Asensio to take over, or one other new team player to take over from Benzema. Benzema has been consistent for over 10 years. But I mean, the pressure to score was for this outgoing season was unimaginable. I mean, and I think they paid off for it. They played good soccer. In the midfield, they have a solid squad. Modric, scored the winning goal against Villarreal. However, we know that he's not gone. The Modric of 3 seasons ago.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that Modric is gone.
Yes, I totally agree with you. He's not the player of 2 seasons ago. And I think that Zidane, if he still stays at Real Madrid, I see him next season. I see him obviously. Hazard had an indifferent season due to injury, and I think his integration has been poor. It's been slow and poor.
I think the problem with Hazard is Hazard refuses to train. Guys from Chelsea will tell you Hazard just comes to the training ground to play, and he's still the best player on Saturday or Sunday, right? That cannot be replicated at Real Madrid. That takes me to my next question, actually. Shay, now Real Madrid are looking to bring in Camavinga from Rennes, probably Paul Pogba from Manchester United, and Kylian Mbappe from PSG. They don't have the funds.
French connection.
Let's be sincere with ourselves. They don't have the funds to pull those 3 deals. For you, what would you say should be prioritized out of the 3 players? One would you say should be prioritized? Camavinga, Pogba, or Kylian Mbappe?
Okay, Debo, I think personally, they don't have the funds right now. And we know that they will have issues getting probably Paul Pogba from Manchester United, the way it is for Manchester United now. So personally, I think they might have to just focus on getting Mbappe out of PSG if they have the funds, and depend on their academy to bring up additional players. Maybe they can also look at. Maybe they can look
I
at.
laugh about that. Anyway. Who was the last player that came out of Casillas?
I know.
What?
Yeah, I think for me, like Sheyi said, if not necessarily their academy. It's coming from other La Liga teams. There are some decent players that they can get. It's all about doing their scouting the right way. Yeah, properly and doing so.
And Zidane and for Zidane not to mess it up for them, Zidane might just wake up and say, "I don't want this one. I don't want this one." I was appalled last on Saturday. Zidane brought in Isco, and I'm like, okay, you never gave this guy a chance all season. Now you need a winner, and you feel Isco will be the Messiah. Anyways, from there we'll move to Atletico Madrid, winning against Valladolid. Congratulations to Atletico Madrid.